The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
You are listening to the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 beer with a sports talk and a whole lot more. We are part of the Belly Up Sports Network. Listen in as Brent and Dave invite you to belly up to the bar with them to talk about everything in the world of sports, just like you would do at your favorite watering hole. It's sports, beer, and shenanigans, so belly up to the bar with us, grab a beverage, and let's get into it.
The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beer sports talk and a whole lot more. Show number 398 on this 13th day of May 2020. Sports Night Show, as always, is brought to you by SeatGeek.com, the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase over there at SeatGeek. Remember, we are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Go to bellyupsports.com for all their great articles and some more great podcasts, such as Two Drunk Brothers, No Credits Required, the Corner Booth Podcast, and one of my favorites, the smoothie, silky sounds of Vince Stover over the Sports Stove Lounge, one of my favorites there at Belly Up. And thank you for making us a part of your day, each and every day, from all of us here at 1420 World Headquarters. There it is, Dave, the opening intro. There was a week. I'm a busy guy around the baseball park. I still like it, still love it. Don't like parents a whole bunch, but that's things. How was your weekend?
Weekend was fine. It was a batching weekend. The boy and wife were out in Cranbrook, BC, and enjoying some great weather and some baseball. I held down the fort with the dog. Did a lot of chores, but I think I'm kind of caught up. Now it's just we're at the maintenance stage. We're going to have one more busy weekend where it's the planting stage with all the pretties and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't happen until May long weekend because we might get snow pretty quick here again. You never fucking know.
The forecast cleared up a little bit. It's two old guys fucking talking about weather as we always do, but the forecast has cleared up. It's supposed to get a little bit tomorrow, I think, but I don't really care at this point. I'm so far behind Dave in the yard work. I think I'm ahead. It's one of those things. It's a dog eat dog world, like you said last week, and I'm wearing milk bone underwear right now. But it's tough. We're just trying to get to zero in the backyard there. You know what I mean? Trying to get to zero and then go from there. But it's getting to that zero marker. It's been a bit of a struggle.
Well, when you're so busy baseballing, right? And if you're not baseballing, you're podcast. If you're not podcasting, you're smooching with the wife there. And so, if you weren't such a hard working love machine, then maybe you could get some shit done in the fucking backyard.
the hard working love machine. Baseball's hardest working love machine. Coming at you live here at 1420 World Headquarters.
For all your Greek goddess needs. Yeah.
There we go. Fucking the love machine. Anyways, there was I've never hidden the fact that I've been a bit of a mouthpiece since I was the age of 10, 12 years old until I am now 49 years old. But this weekend, I saw some shit in the baseball field from younger kids, age 15, 16, 17 years old, that I wasn't sure that it was that's really how I was, because my God, if I acted that way when I was a kid, I would have got a baseball in the ear, a bat in the face. I could not get over the chirpiness and the yippiness of kids. Like I was just shocked at it. And the dancing they're doing in the batter's box and the bat flip they're doing when they're getting walked. And I wish I was pitching, Dave, instead of umpiring. I was like, if I was pitching, there would have been a Rawlings in probably 80% of those kids' ears by the time old BR was done with them.
I see it all the time as well. These kids that you're talking about are a little bit older than Jasper's age group, but the language these kids use these days at that age, like, holy Christ. I wasn't talking like that until I was definitely not within within earshot of a coach or a parent. Yeah. But these kids let the expletives fly, as do coaches quite a bit too. And I don't know if that's me, old man, or just that's how we talk these days. Because who am I? Because we all know me. I'm a little bit salty with the tongue here too. But holy cow, kids in sports know how to curse.
Yeah, I've always known how to curse, like from a younger than the age of 12. But I could not believe the lack of, and I'm not old manning it at all, but because like I think when a kid makes a good play, he should celebrate it. When a kid hits a home run, celebrate it. I get that. Like fucking, what was it? Thomas Hurdle and Joe Thornton said I would be fucking swinging my dick out there if I scored 5 goals or whatever he got there, right? And I get that. Not that kids should be swinging their dicks out. I'm not saying that at all. But if a kid hits a home run, throw your bat in the air and be excited. When you get walked, don't fucking bat flip. When you get hit by a pitch, don't bat flip. If somebody hits you by accident, because most of these guys, they have very little control. Don't stare down the pitcher and then wonder why the guy fucking throws at the next guy. Use your, and I think you know what it is? It's bad parenting. It's bad coaching. Personally,
I think it's bad coaching because, the bad parenting is going to happen. And bad parenting is a scale of whatever. There's so many things that go into parenting, and these parents are busy enough and they're going out here and doing stuff and supporting. Now that the coach is here, now I don't care if you're from the fucking preacher, if you're a preacher's kid or a bum's kid. Like, you're here, we're all here together, and this is what we do. And if I hear any fucking this sass, this bullshit, there has to be, like you say, you're allowed to celebrate, you're allowed to get into the opposition's skull a little bit, kind of thing. But let's respect the game that we're playing a little bit here as well, because like you just said, getting hit by a pitch is no fucking accomplishment, and 90% of the time the guy doesn't want to hit you. He just lost it. He's learning the game just as much as you are, and sometimes one of them's gonna get away from you. So let's not make mountains out of molehills, and play the fucking game the way it was meant to be played, and celebrate the goodness of it without getting butthurt about all the little things that you should just roll off your back, because that's also a part of playing the game.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like I was shocked. I was just shocked. I couldn't believe there was a couple of kids. I was like, huh, all right. I actually had to, because adding to the kids swearing a lot, I added to it because I had to tell a couple of kids who were under the age of 18 to shut the fuck up and run to fucking first base, because they were popping off. I said, just run to first base, you fucking idiot. And then, like, there was one kid who thought he was Juan Soto by doing his little dance in the batter's box. And I was like, just get in the fucking box. Like, fuck me.
Is there no time limit for these kids?
No, there's not. And I was a little tired and grouchy, I guess. And I was past my beer time. So I was fucking one of those things. But I was just, get in the fucking box. And then what's funny about this is that same kid was shocked when he got plunked. Well, yeah, because that's how it always used to be. Like, it's just funny. It's just, I don't know. There needs to be a great reset. Reset.
It's and that's not going to happen because and once again with my son, like, he knows all the stats, he knows who's good, who's sexy, he sees these home runs and everything, but it's all on clips on the internet, right? It's all on TikTok or whatever the fuck the kids are watching these days. Well, I can't, unless we're actually in seat at a baseball game. He doesn't watch a 9-inning game. He doesn't have the attention span to do it. When we go to Bulls games, he's missing 3 innings because he's in line at the concession.
Well, we're fixing that. Get off that, but we're fixing that.
or him and his buddies are playing on the grass area and then watching a couple innings or whatever like that. But they're in the park, and the park for kids. He's getting a little bit older now, so we'll see how it's like this year.
Chasing
it's a big
girls.
ass. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens there. It's a big ass playground for them, right?
Yeah.
And that's fun too. And so,
well, we're setting up a little area where he can test his gun, the T-bone K zone, I think we're calling it, where we have the radar gun set up. We right beside a beer stand, so a bunch of drunk guys can they'll drink beers all game long and test the radar gun and charge them $45 a beer or something. Who knows what it's going to be? We got
over in the timber tech zone there.
Not very far from there, yeah, right around the corner there. So
well, yeah, you guys got to utilize. I mentioned that to you before you were an employee. You guys got to utilize that canteen over there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of big plans happening by June 5th. Get your tickets for the Lethbridge Bulls versus your Medicine Mavericks. Whatever.
25th anniversary.
25 years. 25 big years. Yeah.
At 25-cent beers.
Yeah. At
Why
your
not?
house.
Are you guys going to bring back the beer batter?
The beer batter's back, yeah.
Good. I never understand why that one. Yeah, the beer batter's back.
Long sordid tale, but we.
Well, there's other promotions. I think we'll talk about
later on tonight.
Yeah,
we got some ideas for some promotions and whether they're going to work or not. I think they will. But anyways, Dave, the NHL playoffs are continuing, as you know. The New York Rangers lost again tonight, second in a row to Carolina. I don't know who's going to win Game 6, but I'll tell you who's going to win Game 7 if it goes, because that's one of those things. I always like seeing those 3-0 like last year. It's been happening more and more often than it has in the past. Because when it was 3-0, that was a death wish. Now there always seems to be a chance for some reason that being down 3-0 isn't a death sentence anymore. What do you think the reasoning is behind that?
I think these teams are so close, and especially in that series too. Like I get it. New York was up 3-0, but every game was a 1-goal game. There was no exertion of dominance or whatever. And Shesterkin was the difference maker. I just caught it. Actually, as I sat down, I only got the last 5 minutes, but I saw the highlights, and that Carolina scored 3 third period goals to go from 1-0 down to 3-1 up in a matter of a couple minutes. And belief is a wonderful thing. They think they can do it, and then when you think you can do it, the margin of error is so small on these playoff teams right now that are in the second round. Anything can happen. In fact, I think Boston is fucked. I think.
Yeah, I do too.
I think Colorado might be fucked.
They're playing right now, and
they're down 1-0, and they got terrible news today, right? Like did you see that about Shchushkin, the Chuskin or whatever?
Shchushkin, yeah.
Yeah, he gone for a failed drug test, and that can't be easy to handle. And Dallas is up 2-1 with those guys. Dallas is a good fucking team.
Colorado is so much better, but that's the problem. You don't see enough of Dallas throughout the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. It's just you don't know.
They're so good, and Florida looks like Florida is just running Boston's show, which I don't care for Florida, but I don't care for Boston either. I just hope that Boston shows up and works them a bit, because whoever wins this. Whoever does win the Rangers-Carolina series is for sure who I'm cheering for in the East final, because Boston and Florida can just both fuck right off.
You move out west, Dave, and last night the Oilers went down. They got some they got bad goaltending in Game 1. They got even worse goaltending, I thought, last night in Game 2 from Stuart Skinner there. And he was reincarnation of the real Skinner, Brent Radlinski out there. He was not good again. Like 4 goals on 14 shots or whatever it was, and just not good, and not giving his team a chance to win. And it's in playoff hockey, you don't need a superstar goaltender anymore. You need a guy who makes all the easy saves and a few of the hard ones, and give yourself a chance to win. And Stuart Skinner didn't do it last night, and they lost. But it's basically a 1-goal game. Was all said and done. But that Vancouver goalie made some saves with 10 seconds left, 3 or 4 saves. Like, holy fuck! Because there
was a dog pile. There was all 8 players were in the blue paint, trying to figure shit out. Yeah,
I was a little tuckered out, but I stayed up and watched. And of course, I poured a bunch of beer into my head anyways to watch the game. But it was like, oh fuck, yeah, like, oh Jesus, fuck, and then they didn't score anyways. But right after that, there was a little skirmish behind the net there, and McDavid did a little hack of the whoever the guy was across his ankles, and fuck, the guy came up with a cross check right in McDavid's yap, and I'm old enough to remember, and so are you, Dave, obviously, that there was a time or two if Oilers captain even got looked at, sneezed at, glanced at, anything, he was a dead person. Like he would have been dead. I'm talking about Dave Semenko to take care of that kind of stuff. It's a different game, it's a different thing, a different way of things. And even if it wasn't Semenko, it would have been Messier doing it because Messier was, a tough
He could handle himself.
Back. He could handle himself. And
yeah.
Gretzky was so well taken care of. Like with the guy of McDavid's caliber and how good he is, can the Oilers can they afford to not have a guy to look after him a bit of a because most of the players aren't playing at all anyways. Like most guys are only playing 4 minutes a night because McDavid and Draisaitl are on the ice every fucking other shift. So should the Oilers not have a guy with a little bit more sandpaper than Evander Kane? And I like Kane. Should they not have a guy with a little more sandpaper? He's just there to protect McDavid a little bit.
Well, even fucking Corey Perry, gotta get that old fucker off the bench and try and contribute just something. Even like anybody, like your guy just took one in the teeth at the end of the game, and you're not fucking losing your mind. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe the other players were already showering. Like we're not going to be needed here anyways. Fuck, I'm not getting a shift. It's. We've been talking about it since 4 years ago. It's such a flawed fucking roster, and then when you have a team that is so dependent on
two guys,
when you have a team that's so dependent on so few people, it is. Do you build team unity that way? Because every play is built around the power, every goal. Like, because if the Oilers don't get power plays, they don't win games. I honestly think I can do as good as Stuart Skinner in that. Like, it's ridiculous how flawed this roster is, and Vancouver is exposing it. Edmonton should be with C- goalie play. They're up 3-0.
Yeah,
but they're getting D- goalie play. It's awful. How can a man explain this to me? How can a man that big have so many holes in his equipment? Because it seems like honestly, 50% of the goals that you see, how the fuck did that get in? Fuck did that get in?
I think the problem with Stuart Skinner is he's allergic to vulcanized rubber, and it just goes by him. Like it's just one of those things that, like, and the size of the guy. And like you said, like he's a massive dude, and pucks are still missing somehow. Like I know these guys can shoot like no one's business, and the game's just different than anything else. But I actually here's why. Here's exactly why. Late breaking news for the 1420 Sports Bar podcast, 4 Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. Shooters are so used to how every goalie plays. Because every goalie plays the exact same way. They drop down, be big, cover the net. So the upper half is always open. Shooters are and that's why the Michigan is a thing anymore, because the goalie goes down, slides post to post, so they can put it over his shoulder. Their hands are down. They don't do this. Shooters and shooting coaches and on it goes. They study what goalies do. Goalies cannot have any kind of style anymore. None. They're all the exact same guys. Some are just bigger than the others, right? And that's the problem. And if Stuart Skinner's skill level is dependent on if your skill level is dependent on the size of your equipment, you're horseshit. You're horseshit.
He is, because these goals that are going in on Stuart Skinner aren't fucking snipes. They're just like, Jesus Christ, like he's not in position. His stick isn't on the ice. He's not making himself big. Like I was so like I'll be honest, I didn't watch the third period. Like we don't have a fucking chance with this piece of shit in that.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh, I heard it. The divorce is over.
It's not over.
You said we. I heard it.
Sorry.
I heard it. You said you had your jersey on last night, didn't you?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that one slipped out. So, well, nonetheless, I've been on record that I do want the Oilers to win. I do want the Oilers to win, and I would like to see them win. But there ain't no chance I'm putting a ring back on that team's finger. No chance. And let's pretend they should.
I heard we. I heard a we.
I
It's like when you break up with a girlfriend in grade 10, go to Buffalo Bills for a bite. Yeah.
I meant they. They should be up 3-0, and they're not. They're down 2-1. And if I had a ticket for Game 4 tomorrow, I'm not going in the building until I hear the roster. If Stuart Skinner is starting that game, I'm selling it. I'm not going to go watch that.
I don't think he starts tomorrow.
Because why would I go if the fucking coach doesn't want to win this game? Because if you're putting Stuart Skinner in that, you're saying I don't want to win this game. He's proven himself. He's proven it. This is the third fucking year that guy's been able to play. He lost that game, the series for the Oilers against Vegas last year. Yeah. I said it right there. They got out goalied and out coached, and now you're trotting them out like they should have swept LA, but he cost them a thing. They should have won Game 1 against Vancouver. He let in 2 soft ones against Vancouver in Game 2. He completely 100% lost that game. And you know what? Now that you're playing Draisaitl and McDavid for literally 30 minutes a game, that's unsustainable. You can't do it. The Oilers are fucked. The Oilers are fucked.
I think so too. Because like you look at the other side of the world, and Edmonton or Vancouver's got their third string in, and that's got to be a kick in the pills. And let's just say if the Oilers don't win this series. Like fucking let's be Nostradamus 1 and 2 here. Looking at the Oilers not winning this series, and it could be done by they play tomorrow is Tuesday, and then they play probably on Thursday. So Thursday night when we're doing this again, Dave, the basically the Oilers season could be done. Friday morning. Does Connor McDavid go into the office and just fucking lose his ever-loving shit after? And you know what? And then you know what he should do if they lose? Let's do this. If they lose Thursday night, season's over. He should go on a fucking I just got laid off twister. You know what I mean? I got laid off. Go on a fucking bender like construction workers, or I got fired fucking from Gentle Giant delivery or whatever line of work you might have, and actually say and just go into world headquarters, Edmonton Oilers world headquarters, and just lay it on the fucking line, because a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts, right? And just lay it a line. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. We don't have a goalie. Me and Leon are doing fucking all the work here. You fired this guy. You get rid of that guy. This guy sucks. That guy sucks. I'm great. I want fucking out of here. But then come back about 3 hours later and go, okay, now that I've sobered up, I only meant most of what I said.
For sure. Like, I remember.
Because they're in year 9 now.
Oh, yeah. And then I believe next year is Draisaitl's free agent year. Like, so, yeah. And then what do you do? Like, because, I've been saying Ken Holland should have been fired before he even got hired because he doesn't know what to do. The game has passed him by. He doesn't know how to construct a fucking roster for fucking shit. And it's as clear as fucking day. Who was that? Who was the goalie they picked up from Calgary? Smith. Whatever. Yeah. And he was 10 times the goalie Skinner was. And that's the year they got horned by Anaheim. This roster construction doesn't fucking work in the playoffs. You can't ride your fucking horses. Do you know why? Because you're playing good teams every single fucking night six games in a row, whatever it takes. You can't do it. And then the ineptness of the people running this team. That's why we got divorced. And it's been 20 fucking years. Honestly, you think this is gonna fucking work? You think this is gonna fucking work? Those teams you had in Detroit, Ken Holland, was it because you rode your horses? No, it's because you had a complete fucking roster and you had good goal. You had Dominic Ashe
calling him. There were players calling him. Luke Robitaille called him. Can I come play there? Brett Hall called him. Can I come play there? We want to win a cup. Like, how many players called Ken Holland and said, "We want to win a cup. Can we come to Detroit?" Sure, because there was no salary cap, right? It was just whatever. Here you go. Let's win one.
And the trade deadline deal that the Edmonton Oilers made was for Adam Henrique, who's old, and he's been a healthy scratch for 3 fucking games. How is that shoring up? And then when I see Zadorov and Lindholm, who both came from the Flames, being huge contributors for the Vancouver Canucks, you're telling me that you couldn't fucking trade something for those 2 guys? Like, and then there's that one Flame playing for Dallas right now that's doing really well.
Yeah.
Tanev. Like fuck. Those guys are playing more minutes than your top pairing guy, and productive minutes.
That Russian kid for Zadorov, yeah. It's unbelievable. No, if I'm McDavid and even more so Draisaitl, because because Draisaitl is probably going to be trade bait by, fucking mid-season next year, really.
Well, but no, Skinner's he's really progressing. He's really progressing.
But you don't have time. That's the thing. You don't have time for a fucking a B goaltender or a B- goaltender or a C goaltender to become an A- goaltender, because you're running out of time, because you have the best hockey player to play the game and his cohort, who's right up there as well. Like, you're running out of time for these guys to be winning, to be winning, and they haven't won fuck all yet. Like, you run out of time with these superstars, and you look at quarterbacks who fucking run out of time because they have shitty teams, or you look at quarterbacks who get put into situations where they're supposed to be great and then they can't because they're fucking 12. You know what I mean? Like, they're putting a bunch of, like, the Chicago Bears are putting a bunch of stock into Caleb Williams. I'm going to give him $38 million, and then what's it going to get you? So you run out of time so quick because lifespans for these fucking players are so short. And
especially the fact that, like, now it's the toughest hockey of the year, and you're playing for 30 minutes a game is unheard of. They played, Draisaitl and McDavid played 13 minutes of that third period. You can't do that in the playoffs.
Some other guy, so then they throw a name out there, Patrick Kane. So they throw him out there for 2 minutes a period. And he's like, well, what do you want me to fucking do? I'm having darts between periods and making sandwiches in the back because I'm never playing. And then you throw me out there and you expect me to fucking do something? It doesn't work that way. You have to, it's poor. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work.
It does not work this way. And then, I was listening to a podcast today. It was that Frank Saravalli was on the Barn Burner. Of playoff goalies in the salary cap era, there's been 69 goalies that have had 15 starts or more. Stuart Skinner coming in at DFL. He's the worst goalie in the salary cap, playoff goalie in the salary cap era. And you're trotting that motherfucker out game after game after game when he's losing. He lost you a series last year. He's lost you 3 games this series. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's like we say, it's you can make your money and hide.
When you can't outscore your problems, that's a problem.
That's a huge problem. And
when your problem's your goaltender, that's the problem.
That's the fucking problem. and you're running them out game after game. I don't
They can't
get it.
go back to Skinner tomorrow night because if they go to Skinner tomorrow night and they lose, they have to go to Skinner for game 5. Right? They have to.
Well, and they'll lose. Yeah. Why do they have to? Like, call Soupy. Get Soupy back up.
Oh, you can't. I wouldn't put Soupy playing for the fucking Bantam.
He can't be. He
Colts.
can't be worse. He can't be worse.
Yeah, he could.
4 goals on 15 shots.
That's not very good.
That's goddamn awful. He had his save percentage, and I actually wrote some shit down.
Come on.
His save percentage in this series is .793.
Ooh. That's bad.
That's awful. Those are Pontiac numbers. Those are
no. I didn't even hit the 7s, man. Like we had some tough nights playing for the Bonneville Pontiacs in 1992, 93, but nothing in the 7s. No.
793 save percentage.
There was a couple of 15-0s that night, but I also got 80 some shots. Like fuck me, 793. Jesus.
And the Oilers should be, and the Oilers won a game.
When goalies got 890s, like 890, 885, it was fucking. Oh, he's good. But now he's 930, 950, right? Like 939, 950.
If you're not 910, you're not a different. You're not doing your job.
790.
793 in this series.
That's higher than any fucking score I got in fucking high school, but whatever. It's one of those deals. His career playoff save percentage is .881. That don't get it done.
Clearly. And they're trotting him out. Once again, they should have swept LA. They should be up 3-0 with C+ goaltending. The Oilers are winning 3-0. It's never been so obvious.
Minimum 2-1. Minimum 2-1.
Absolute fucking minimum. Well, 3-0. He clearly lost game 1. They won game 2 with him being shitty.
Yeah.
And 15 shots, 4 goals.
You have to go with Pickard tomorrow.
You have to. You cannot start.
And then if you lose with Pickard tomorrow, that's when the fan base, and that's when McDavid can get fucking like the fan base can get drunk and call Struddy on Saturday on Friday morning on whatever the radio station is in Edmonton. And then then McDavid can get drunk and call his owner a fucking asshole on Friday morning as well.
Yeah,
because you can't. I don't think you can go back to Skinner. And if they do, then you deserve this fate.
Pickard and then put Soupy as backup.
They can't go to Skinner.
I take Skinner right out of the gear. Like, no, you crashed the fucking car 3 fucking times. There's too much on the fucking line. You know what? And if you make 4 of those saves, we don't have to play fucking Connor and Draisaitl for half the goddamn game. Because if this is what the Oilers' template is to go further in the playoffs, Dallas is just licking their chops. They're like whoever wins this Colorado thing.
Fuck your smart guy, Dave. I haven't heard you this smart in a long time. Maybe some time alone. Maybe
I try.
You know what it is? Maybe it's some time alone the last couple of weekends. You just collect all your thoughts. You don't have the wife and the external noise. Maybe it's just you being alone.
I just concentrate on the shit that doesn't mean anything. Yeah,
that's right. That means absolutely nothing. But that's a good point. Like, okay, let's say the Canucks or the Oilers can get by the Canucks somehow without Skinner, or do with Skinner somehow, and then they get fucking shit stomped bad because fucking Dallas and Colorado can both score at will. We've seen it in both their series, right?
And they're deep.
And they fly, and they hit, and they go, right? And then so then fucking Edmonton goes in, if they can somehow find a way to get by Vancouver, if they go, well, we're still 8 wins away because they're way better than us, and they aren't even really trying.
Right.
So there has to be a look ahead right now from the Oilers brass saying, we ain't beating that fucking team if we win this series. There's no way we're beating this other team with the goaltending we have, because who's that guy in Dallas? Ottinger. He's all world. I don't want to say all world, but he's fucking real good. Real good.
Yes.
Right. So, like, our guy's not beating him. So they know right now, like, maybe we shouldn't even win this fucking series, because what's it going to do is other than put money in fucking shithead curly hair fuck the count.
Well, why not? Because Skinner has shown you what he is in the playoffs. He simply has. He's shown you that he cannot be the man. Aiden Hill won the fucking cup. That fucking smelt that was Colorado won the cup. He's a no-name. It's not this Gorgiev. No, it was Darcy Kemper. He's still even in the league
now, isn't he?
I have no idea where he is, but he's not a starter. We don't know his name. Corey Crawford wins cups. Antti Niemi wins cups. So let's. It's not Skinner. It's not fucking Skinner. Well, Pickard's been a fucking American League hockey goalie. I don't fucking care. You gotta try something different, because this ain't fucking working. And I don't understand why people that are getting paid so much money doesn't know what works.
You're at a point right now, Dave. You're at a point right now things can change. Obviously, that's why the playoffs are so great, and things can change by Thursday night when we're doing this talking. All of a sudden, fucking Skinner could have two games of life, and the Oilers are up 3 games to 2. Right? So
ain't gonna happen.
I mean, if some butts, candies, and nuts and fucking whatever, it's Christmas every day, but it could happen. And I think that could be actually the worst thing could happen to this Oilers team, is like for them to believe in the group that they got, that they're going to do something. There's a reason why, and I don't think it was the firing the coach. I really don't. It obviously helped, but there's a reason why they started off 0-8-3 or 1-8-2, whatever it fucking was. And the coach got let go, and on it goes. I don't believe in this group. And there's a friend of the show, Mike Davis, who was on the Super Bowl show there. He was down to Whitefish with him a few weeks back. So, oh yeah, they can do it. And I said, not with this fucking goaltending. He goes, oh yeah, they can. See, so the disbelief. So the worst thing that this team could do right now is win another round, because they're not close. They're not beating Florida. They're not beating Boston. Like, you think all the teams that are left out of the 8 teams left, they're 8th.
I think so,
because of the goaltending.
They're down 2-1 to a third stringer. We haven't brought that up.
Whatever his name is, old pink shirt guy.
Yes, Shiloh, Siobhan, whatever.
Yeah, Shalom, whatever.
Third stringer.
Flossie.
Yes.
Flossie.
Yeah, and then they go there. Well, Pickard can't do it.
Well, that guy is.
Schloshy is. And so why can't Pickard do it? Like, fuck. Because Skinner ain't it.
He ain't the guy.
Like I said, if I had a ticket for tomorrow night's game in Edmonton, if Skinner's the announced starter, I sell my ticket and I'm gonna go home.
If the real Skinner was in that, you'd probably watch that right from fucking beginning.
Oh, for sure. I would get right up there and bang on the glass.
Glass. I'd be fucking talking to you, waving, hey, take pictures, selfies. Fuck the whole bit.
With my mouth between the little gap in the glass. Oh, Skinner! Bring out the old hockey puck helmet and blow the dust off that fucker.
Puckhead. Old Puckhead. Puckhead. Do they still do Puckheads?
I don't see them in the crowd anymore. I would imagine not, because tickets are so much more expensive and people would be saying, hey, that guy's Puckhead is in my view. So, well, actually, maybe in the nosebleed because it's steeper, but not around the glass.
What about the? Do they still make the double beer hard hat with the straws? I do they still make those?
Well, I would imagine you can find them. I don't know because you can always find those. What was that store's name?
San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly. San Francisco, where you can buy that and fart in a can and all that kind of stuff.
There was some risque stuff in the back of San Francisco.
Oh, in that back corner of it.
Actually, it was in Center Village Mall back in the day, or no, Leopard Center Mall. Yeah.
I'm so old that when we went to West Edmonton Mall, we went to San Francisco because we didn't even have it in Lethbridge yet.
San Francisco. Fuck, there's the risque toilet paper and. There was some stuff that
some edible underwear.
Yeah, when you're 12, it's like, this is different. Because the front of the store there was like stuffed animals, and the further back you got, it was a little more different.
And that sticky, and it was packed like a Chinese grocery store.
Oh yeah,
there was shit
like
everywhere.
Everything was $3.
Yeah.
They're not still in business, are they? Oh yeah, it's called Amazon.
Yeah, or whatever. There's a website you can find that shit, but
the walk-in store was the best, in the mall.
Fuck the mall, I love going.
Like you get dropped off at the mall with a 20 in your pocket, and you'd walk out with all sorts of fucking stupid shit in San Francisco. Play some video games at the arcade, maybe watch a movie and walk out. $20.
No, but so what was your first stop when you got to a mall in a new town? Like for me, it was the sports store, and then the Sam the Record Man or A&B Records.
I was always the music store first because I knew that was gonna be the most expensive, right? And then. And I'm being generous. $20 didn't get you fuck all back then either, but you could have a pretty good time for $20. But if you had 60 bones in your pocket, you could walk out with a pair of Converse fucking Chucks, a fucking tape from fucking Sam the Record Man, walk over to fucking Orange Julius, get yourself a fucking beverage. And then as you're walking out, go to San Francisco and get yourself some risque playing cards. You play fucking crib on in the fucking hockey bus with fucking some girl fucking doing some fucking not to be mentioned on a PG-13 fucking podcast. Oh yeah, $60 could go a long way back in the day, man.
Well, especially like I always hit I hit the Foot Locker or the store like that and the record store, because sometimes the record store would CDs were $15.99, buy 3 for $30. Yeah. So if you found your 3, right, and so that's a deal, $10. And then the sports store I never really spent money on because I'm not a jersey guy. Hats I always found too expensive.
I was a big Jersey City guy.
Oh, I like Jersey City. I like going and touching. I went
Jersey
to the
City
shop.
That was across the mall in the corner. Fucking rights. Yeah.
But I'd go in there just to look and touch a lot of shit. I would never buy because that was always too rich for my blood. Because once again, on a budget, being a young kid, and then where my weak spot was, where I would blow my money, the arcade.
Oh fuck.
That Wizard's Castle in West Edmonton Mall, running a thing. Everybody wanted to go on rides. It's like, nah, fuck, I'm playing video games.
I love myself a cade. Oh yeah.
Fuck, you bet. I fucking a little bit, especially at that Wizard's Castle, like a little bit of Mike Tyson's Punch Out and that Exciter Bike or whatever the fuck that was.
Fuck, man. There's a Bubble Bobble at the Brick because it's one of those ones that has like 80 games in the one. And when I had something to do with the Bulls there a few weeks back, T-Bone, fucking tent sale, whatever it was. And I found they have that video games for sale in the back. I spent 3 hours back there playing Bubble Bobble. Oh yeah, this is no shit. Got to like level 38 or whatever. It goes to 100, but I haven't played in Jesus. I'll bet you since 1989, 90.
That must have been what. Quick. That must have been one of 3 video games in Fort McLeod because Mike, I remember him talking about Bubble too.
Yeah.
And I like in one game I played like maybe twice in my life.
What was that?
But
Because that one was at the Max, not at the arcade. Like the arcade.
Oh,
Yeah, that was in the Max store, right? So that we fucking hang out there and fuck me. Bubble. Yeah. Fuck, it was great. And then pinball.
And is it
pinball? Because me and Niner would play Pinbot a lot. Or Pinbot or Road King. Mike the Road, because it was Fight the Road King, but he always said Mike the Road King. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I was a big I love pinball. Oh.
I like pinball as well. I'm not overly good at it, but I like
would just eat my money.
Oh, you bet. Like I said, that was my sucker bet. And that's why I was okay. I'll see if there's if I can find the 3 CDs I want. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go touch shit at Jersey City. I'll do a stroll through San Fran, but it wasn't really my bag because I had gotten suckered once.
That's all it really was.
Yeah, well, yeah, boner, and like you're not gonna use it anyways, or your mom and dad are gonna take it away when you get home. But then, like whatever I had left. Fucking it was like $10 worth of quarters, please. And then that fucking stock is sitting in your pocket.
Because there was 50-cent games, 25-cent games. Oh, yeah. What you were doing. Fuck. Oh, because both arcades, because in McLeod we had 2 arcades, eh? Like in that town, there was 2 arcades, like fuck, plus every convenience store, plus the laundromat had video games and pinball machines. So there, because you can walk the entire town in 12 minutes, right?
Well, right, and
no matter where you walk to, there was somewhere to play video games and fucking and pinball. But the one arcade, they made foosball free. So fuck, you would put your. So there was just a lineup, and they would brought in more people and food, like, and so you.
Winner stays, right? Yeah,
winner stays, yeah. Yeah. If you lose, you go and play something else because the lineup was so big to play. You still put your quarter down to play, but they mean anything because it was free. But jukebox going. Arcades were the best, man.
They were the best.
Yeah.
Because it was a place for kids to hang out. It was. I won't say better than a pool hall, just different than a pool hall. I imagine the people that ran pool halls were like, "Fuck these arcades," because you could fit 100 arcade games in the space that you had 10 pool tables, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah.
Oh,
some are greasy, some were nice, but it was tough. It was tough for me to walk by an arcade in my teens there.
Because in Fort McLeod, the one beside my parents' hardware store right in the corner, I'll point it out next time we're in McLeod together, but fuck, man, there was some different business going on back in the day. Like we're talking mid 80s, right?
In the mean streets of Fort McLeod.
Yeah, so I'm 11, 12 years old, and the marijuana trade was starting to fucking leak into Fort McLeod, blah, blah, blah. And so like they were selling the stuff and the things, and it was just fucking crazy. Like no one got hurt, right?
No.
There was submarine sandwiches in there, and it was great. Jesus,
bags of chips.
Like I don't. Okay, I miss it, but I wouldn't go back. For one day, I'd go back. Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, for sure you'd go back, but like not like as an adult. Well,
full time.
Yeah. Do you remember? Did you like those tabletop games? Like there was that football one with the track ball. The X's and O's, like a tabletop with the roller ball, and Centipede. Remember that one?
Centipede was a good one. Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, Galaga.
Tron was hard. I never got
Tron
good at
way
Tron.
No, Tron.
Yeah,
there was those shitty games like fucking Hamburger. Remember that one? That was shitty.
I loved that Burger
they
Time.
Had that Buffalo Bills.
Where you had to walk across them.
I hated that game.
I love that one. Like, I have a couple classic ones for the Sony here. And Burger Time is not on it, but what else is on it is Robotron. That one's a hard game, but I got pretty good at that one with the 2 joysticks. Duck Hunter. That was a fun game. That Excite Bike, I played that a lot.
Excite Bike, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
God, I miss a good arcade.
Because our town was Fort Cloud was 3,000 people at 2 arcades, right? And
but you think about it now,
and that's not just kids. So there was 500 kids.
Yeah,
the arcade packed, man. Friday night before a dance. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
And listen, that was about like developing a social contract. You know, kids all these days with their phones and they're playing the video game that Jasper plays now is way better than graphically and whatever. That Joust was another one I loved. And he plays with his friends and the odd stranger and he's talking to him online. But the going physically to a game and waiting your turn and putting your quarter on and tapping and stuff.
Meeting girls. Hey, do you want to meet the Cade tonight?
Yes.
Yeah,
or even
like 12, 13, 14. And then you met other people.
Right.
And then if you
were cousins from out of town, yes.
And then if you were cool, you got to kind of hang out with someone who's like 3 or 4 years older than you a little bit. Like, just hanging out. Hey, how's it going? Like, if you're 12, 16, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, yeah. Because my sister's got 2 years on me, right? So she hated when I went to the arcade because she was fucking pissed off because I had friends her age, and this is fucking childish, obviously, like fucking 30 years later, or whatever.
But you were a child, yes.
Yeah, but she'd be pissed off because I knew this guy or that girl. Like, hey, I'm just fucking whatever. I'm just 12, going to play fucking Bubble. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, the Cade, they got to bring back arcades. They got to bring them back. Coming of age, teaching kids how to socialize.
But they can't because the games are better on the TV. Like how are you going to bring them in? I don't like
the games.
Fuck the phones and the games. Like because we talk back about reminisce about it, right? It was a game. It was something you could not do in the house. You had to get there with your fucking allowance, with your $5.
And you wanted to.
And you couldn't fucking wait to get there with your fucking pocket full of quarters.
And that's the problem, Dave. Now you got a bunch of kids who don't want to leave home because their video game system, their TVs are better than what they what is available outside their fucking 4 walls.
Exactly. Never mind what you're playing on the actual Xbox. Know.
How do we get to this point tonight?
Because we were talking how we were going to spend our money in the mall on the road trips. And I mentioned like I would the mall. Well, because I don't know. Kids, whatever, and then what was your then I asked you what were your stops in the mall. And then it was record store, sports store, but then I would save my money for the arcade. And I remember it was Wizard's Castle in West Edmonton Mall. That was the best arcade ever because it was so huge. Woo! It was always Wizard's Castle, isn't it? Always Wizard's Castle. Wasn't that the arcade name of choice? I don't know.
Fuck, I loved it. Fuck, I loved arcade.
Same. I really did dig the arcade.
Yeah, they got to bring those back. There's got to be a way.
Well, they have a couple. They have virtual reality ones here in Lethbridge. My kid's gone to a couple. I've
not the same.
Gone to a couple. Okay.
Like it's not the same. It's not the same.
No.
You got to have a guy out front in leather jacket with a fucking you got a chain attached to his wallet.
Jay Silent Bob sitting outside.
Having a dart. Who works for the city. And just hanging out. And his little tool got a fucking Trans Am out front. And as a kid, like when you're 12, 13 years old, you're thinking, man, I want to go for a ride in that, but I'll probably get in trouble if I do, so I'm not going to. But then you see a 14-year-old kid get in that car, you're like, okay, I can go. It's always protection.
I got in so much trouble from the arcade though too. Like I got busted there, but like my dad dragged me out by the scruff of my neck.
Really?
Twice, like once on a soccer trip, once at another one, and then there was an arcade pretty close to school when I was in high school. That was like you go there at lunch and then like fuck we're late again and then like we got it like if you guys are late one more fucking
where
time.
Was that?
So Emmanuel and then it's right across from where the 7-Eleven is on 17th Street and Taco Time. It's TJ's Lounge or something.
Too far to walk, man. TJ's. Oh, that's way too far to walk.
No, it's
back in time. If you're getting a high score, you're not making it back in time.
Oh, exactly. And one time in my grade,
because if I'm getting a high score on Bubble Bobble, I ain't leaving to go back to fucking history class or fucking chemistry. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna be a chemist. I got a better chance of being my name on number 1 on the fucking on the list. My initials BSR is way more important to me than getting a fucking 48% in chemistry class, because that's what I was going to get. I was.
Yeah.
And I cared about fucking Bubble Bobble about chemistry.
It was like because sometimes you would be on a little bit of a roll, and it's like,
bit of a heater, yeah.
What time is it? What time is it? We gotta go, Dave. We gotta.
No, we don't.
And then my buddy, because I had a car, right? So I didn't have to you can.
Oh, so you had a car? Because that's a long walk. Okay.
Yeah, it's about a 10-minute walk, right? So on a 45-minute lunch break, you got 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back.
So you only got, and then by the time you converse, have a dart, blah, da, 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 da.
Yeah, and if you double time it,
14 minutes of playing time.
Yeah. But it was worth it, right? And like with the 7-Eleven right across the street with grab a slippery. Yeah, it's been shut down for a long time. Yeah. But you know that's high school memories. That's what we did. And then in the winter time, it'd be great. Whoever had the car, right? Like we'd bumper shine. Like one time we had 5 guys.
Oh yeah.
Bumper shining all the way to the arcade. It was the one. There were so many. The guy's fucking car, whatever it was, a Datsun, whatever, couldn't even move because there was too many people, too much weight hanging out. Like I was worried we were gonna pull the fucker's bumper off on these one, a 1978
play fucking
Datsun. Yes,
that's funny.
We miss the arcade. And you know, the arcade would always have a jukebox. Like, nope, that's not getting any quarters from me, man. It's all for that arcade. My favorite games there were the wrestling one.
That's what the girls were good for was because they wouldn't play video games. The odd one did, but they would go get quarters and just jam that thing because it was 8 songs or $1 or whatever it was.
$1 for 7 songs, yeah. And then
they upped it break, yeah. Somehow. Oh yeah. So when girls come in, they'll be playing tunes. Favorite, the button was favorite. So, oh yeah, good, done. Oh, the arcade. Oh, and that's the last time the Edmonton Oilers were relevant, when the arcades were still a go.
Yeah. You're right, because I was stopped going to the arcade by the time they won their last cup, because I was too busy hanging out at the bar.
Yeah, there was that. Anyways, that was fun, Dave. Jesus.
That was a fun conversation. That was a trip down memory lane.
It came out of nowhere. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar podcast, for sports talking a whole lot more. This segment is brought to you by SeatGeek.com, the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase. And that $20, go to the arcade. Take your kid to the arcade. Take them. Put a pack of smokes in his hands. Let him learn how to socialize.
Half the arcades would have the smoke machine that anyone could go to. Yeah. Those things that weighed as much as a Datsun, right?
With the form of crowd, you could buy singles. Singles, man.
Now we're IDing and
for 10 cents.
Put them behind curtains.
Smoke.
In Buffalo Bills, the parents would send their kids to the arcade, and they walked right by a smoke machine for like $3.95. You can get yourself a pack of Dumos.
10 cents a dart. Here you go. Fuck.
Different times. Different times.
It was actually Dave Kraz's dad, Kevin Kavami, owned the one arcade who was doing that. Oh yeah, 10 cents a dart. Fuck me, that was something.
And no adults ever bought one.
No, it was all kids.
All kids.
It was 20 and under. Yeah. Fuck. What a wreck. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, Former Sports Talking a whole lot.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at righteousfelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, for beer, sports talk, and a whole lot more. This thing is brought to you by righteousfelon.com and Righteous Felon Jerky. Use promo code BELLYUP at righteousfelon.com today and save yourself 15% on the best in craft jerky in the land. Soon to be available in Canada as well. So there we go from our friends at Righteous Felon Jerky. Dave, you sent me on Sunday afternoon, I think it was, a promotional idea for the Lethbridge Bulls on the TimberTech Terrace. They're very cheap plugs in TimberTech Terrace, so they're on the first baseline, where you it's 9 for 9 in 9. I think is how it read. 9 hot dogs, 9 beers in 9 innings on the terrace. So it could be videotaped to see how the progressions grow. And I think that I don't know if legally that's allowed, just because the way
you're purposely over serving.
You're over serving people, so I don't know if we're allowed to do that. But in premise, it's a great idea. We want to build on this because there was there was a ticket, a T-shirt, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs for $80. That's a pretty good deal.
I think that's it. Yeah, and then if you do it, you get a T-shirt. And
if you do it, you get a T-shirt.
Yeah, you have to do it to get the T-shirt. In fact, it's earned. Earned, never given, man. Like, if you want to do this, like the old 96er, like, we're not giving it for free. Like, you gotta have some skin in the game, and it's about the T-shirt.
See, I was going to give out a flex pack of 6 or 7 tickets for the rest of the season or something. But you're a bit more of a hard ass than I am. I was thinking because if you do it, because I don't know, like that's a lofty goal to eat 9 hot dogs and drink 9 beers in 9 innings. Like, I think I could do 9 hot dogs because we're talking some fucking. We're not talking like the boomsticks or anything. We're just talking some just regular hot dogs in the foil pack from fucking our friends over at Orange Julius. Or shout out Orange Julius twice tonight. But it's like those little hot dogs, done, right?
Yeah.
9 beers, I know I could do. Like, I know I could do 9 draft beers in 9 innings. I'd be little.
I could probably do it in 6 if there was a gun to my head.
What's that?
I said I could probably do 9 beers in 6 if there was a gun to my head. There ain't no way I'm taking down 9 hot dogs. I don't have the stomach capacity for that.
So 9 beers, 9 hot dogs. And I gotta you gotta get something for trying.
So there it is. There's your T-shirt. I tried. I succeeded. And one's in Bulls red and one is in Bulls blue. And if you do it, you get the T-shirt and a 4-pack for the next game.
You get tickets next game.
Yeah, or whatever.
Or what if you get if you succeed, you come on for the next game, tickets to try again the next game. And then at the end of the season, through our 28 home games, you have a championship match over the people who made it through and up the ante a little bit.
And just do a Kobayashi and just put them all out there. And
how many dogs can you eat?
Okay, before last pitch, how many can you take down?
Put it up on the video board between innings. This guy's at 15 dogs and 12 beers.
And just dogs, not beers. Like,
yeah, we can't advertise beers. It's against the law and everything else.
Oh yeah, and then they cannot give. But if you that is a thing. I don't know if it might actually overshadow, but it would be a fan favorite thing. It's not extremely kid friendly, and I'm trying to think of a way that it could become more kid friendly.
Everybody's kid friendly there. I'm sick of pandering to the kids. We got to get the money makers and money spenders into the building.
Let's do it on the Timber Tech thing. Jesus, I can't believe how much I'm mentioning that little terrace. Well, because it's such a great little place that's being underutilized, is what I noticed. But now this is where we can go. Yep, down the first base line. If we do the 999 challenge, what do you think's a fair price for a rip at it? Like $70 for a game ticket, and that gets you 9 beers and 9 dogs. You guys break even on that, no?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there we go, $70, and then if you get it, you get a T-shirt, and you're in the end of the year challenge, and you can try.
Every person who wins gets into the, because we don't give away tickets to fan appreciation. It's actually one of our biggest days of the year, the end of the season. August 5th, which is Brent Werlesley's birthday. So if we have the end of the fucking show on that day, and some guy wants to do the Kobayashi, or who's the big winner,
Joey Chestnut,
and he wants to train, and we have something for the end of the season where he on a Sunday afternoon decides to inhale, and he ain't doing 106 by any means. But some guy wants to do 105. It's up on the video board. Geez, that might be a fucking moneymaker, Dave.
And to get people, especially people, like the only bad thing is people might be watching that a little bit more than the baseball game. But you have that little canteen there, and just have all the wrapped hot dogs, and just have people bringing them out. They bringing out the hot dogs. Like how many?
It's not a speed contest. It's longevity.
Longevity. You have 9
inning game.
How many
on
can
the
you
last
take
day?
down?
How many dogs can you eat on the last day of the season?
Right, because when you're buying hot dogs and buns at cost, like that's like what is it? Like 100 hot dogs is $28. I don't know. Like I think that's a winner, because they're going to bring their friends in. Their friends can drink the beer. No free beer on the last on. This is just strictly how much Tuesday can you take down.
Buns, we get our hot dog buns, and I can't believe we're talking this fucking stupid shit. But we get our hot dog buns and our burger buns for free from Boots Bakery on Mary McGrath Drive South. We go to Boots Bakery, whatever. But I think you're onto something here. But I want to get beer drinking into it somehow.
For the finals, you can't, but you have to do it to qualify. Because I don't know, like.
Okay, so if you, Dave, enter the contest just on a Wednesday night, let's do it. Let's do it on Thursdays.
Because you have to register. You have to buy the ticket. You have to buy the $60 ticket for 9 beer, 9 hot dogs. And if you can't do it, you can't do it. You still get your 9 beers, and you can share it with your friends, and you still get your 9 dogs, and you can share it with your friends.
So let's do it Thursdays and supersize Saturdays. You, Dave, if you're given 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, how many dogs do you eat before you go, you know what? I'm giving my hot dogs to the kid, to the wife, to the friends, the family, the fans that came to see me. And so the dogs are going first, but you're probably gonna have all the beers, correct?
Well, I don't know if I'm putting all that tube steak down my throat, because that's gonna fill up, and the beer would have to be, for me, a light beer. I can do the 9 beer, no problem, but like with once again all that sandwich in my stomach, I don't know if I can take it down like that. If I concentrated,
it's called a hot dog a sandwich.
I did that for you, and I did that for Jarrett, because I listened to him and at Fan in the Van today. So that's for you, Garrett. There's no way I can do them both. There's just zero way. In fact, if I just concentrated on hot dogs, I might get 6 down. I'm not that big a eater. I don't think I can take down 9. I could take down probably 9 McDonald's cheeseburgers, but I can't take down 9 hot dogs.
I could take down 9 hot dogs before I take down 9 cheeseburgers.
No, see,
I love McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Yeah, the only way I could do it would be with the PED. Like I gotta maybe after like the 3rd inning, I can go outside and have a little 420 inspiration, if I can put it that way.
So, are you allowed to space your dogs or your beers? So, as long as you have the 9 and 9 done by the end of the game.
Yes, as long as 9 and 9 are done on the final pitch. I don't think it has to be one. I think it would be unfair because there's quick innings and long innings, right?
Yeah.
So
immaculate inning or a 3-pitch inning. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, 3 up, 3 down times 2, and then
actually change it. You can have your dogs done by the end of the game, but if there's a 3-pitch inning, you got to pound the beer. Well,
so no, I disagree with that. I think you get the whole game. Like, so if there's a long inning, you can get a dog ahead and a beer ahead. If it's a pitching change and it's an 8-run inning and that's when you can catch up on your hot dogs. And that's when you can catch up. But you're saying
the end of every inning, your beer has to be done.
So you have to shotgun it if it's back to back 3 up, 3 down. Because there might be a 30-minute inning, there might be a 10-minute inning
between innings, right?
How about this?
A 2-minute beer tonight, whatever. Fuck.
How about you do it this way? It's just like on first pitch, because you can't touch it until first pitch either.
Yeah,
there it is. You put it down.
When the umpire says play, that's when you can touch your beer.
Yeah, you can touch the beer and the hot dog, the first smack of the ball in the catcher's glove or crack of the bat, right? So that's when you start. And then every inning, you get a hot dog and beer. Whether you're ahead.
And you can rack your hot dogs beside you.
Yeah.
And if they don't get, but your beer has to be done at the end of the inning, because shotgunning a beer or pounding a beer is easier than eating a hot dog.
And that gets the crowd going. Chug, and chug, and then chug,
timber,
chug,
chug, timber, chug. We're onto something here, Dave.
Yeah, and should it be draft beer and it can't?
Well, draft beer is cheaper, so make more money.
Yeah, let's do a draft beer because you can really throw that. But there's you got to have proctors. You got to make sure this is on the up and up, because at the end of the thing.
Well, it's saying that we try to run a family oriented organization, family friendly.
But everybody loves a competition.
No one doesn't like competition, especially drinking beer and eating hot dogs.
And you can have female and male divisions.
No.
Well, same rules though. It's not like mixed. It's not like men's sport.
Because you know what, a female is going to win this in a heartbeat, because a girl will find it, have a nibble, where a guy will engorge himself because men are stupid, right? A guy
but you still got to take down 9.
But she'll find a way to do it, right? She'll this is like a girl will go on her phone and look at the stats, look at the scoreboard. She'll go, okay, this team's doing this. Yeah, she'll do some research. Okay, well, this team doesn't do very good at this. And then they this reliever's coming in. Whereas the guy's like, inhale and be sick in the bathroom. Whereas a woman will do some research during the game, because they're always on their fucking phone, not watching the game anyways. I say a woman actually wins this competition, because a slow and steady wins the race, especially with the hot dog part of it.
9 hot dogs is a ton of food. And then I also thought about this, like the proctor. You do need a proctor. We got to keep this on the up and up. You're allowed piss breaks, but if there's any purging, you're DQ'd.
Oh.
You cannot purge.
If you cheat at a Lethbridge Bulls game to win a fucking ticket, you're a loser.
A T-shirt, of course you're, sir. But there's, I don't.
Who are you telling that you won some fucking cockamamie contest? Who?
If you're keeping score, someone's gonna cheat, right? That just happens.
Well, I would too.
I don't know if puking to win a T-shirt is in my bag of tricks, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was important enough to someone to win said T-shirt. This is a winner.
I can make this happen. So when it's all said and done, what's the grand prize? If on
a bigger T-shirt,
on August the 5th, you fucking
a belt, like the World Championship.
Oh, like the belly up
belt. Yes, exactly. Yes, because that it's or a trophy, something.
No, a belt.
A belt would be kind of cool. Because then that's something like 19, like so 20,
because the last
2024
Sunday afternoon on it's a long weekend. You wear that because if you or I won it, I wouldn't wear it a lot. No, I would. But
I would hope the person that wins it has friends and brings like 10 friends to it, and so they're drinking the beers. You don't have to supply the beers. And like I said, the last. Here it is. For the championship weekend,
yeah,
it's the 9 beers, and the tiebreaker is whoever takes down the most dogs. The most dogs. You still have to do the 9 beers, but whoever eats the most dogs is gets the belt.
Yeah.
So it's always so the 9 beer, yeah. So it's 999.
You have
because otherwise that wrecks the competition. So the 9 beers to keep everybody in the same lane. But now whoever wants to push the accelerator right down into the floor, it's how much fucking tube steak they can take down. Yeah,
Floor it.
Just fucking give her. And then with inning updates, and every like when the play's not in, you just have the camera on the eaters, and see, and you have the little flip scoreboards like they do in Coney Island.
Yeah.
Right, because you don't have to keep track of the beers, because if they don't take their 9 down, they're disqualified. So it's just a dog counter.
I might enter this contest myself.
Well, go ahead. Like I can't because I can't take down 9 hot dogs. There's no way I can take down 9 hot dogs. 0 chance.
Could Jasper take down 9 hot dogs?
He has a better chance than me. There's a thing, and then you could go out and do a tag team. Someone you're eating and someone's drinking the beer. But we're complicating things. 999 challenge. You get your T-shirt and an entry into the thing, and then the grand prize is maybe 2 season tickets for next year,
and
the belt
season
for next season, and a belt, and automatic entry into the finals of next year. You don't have to qualify.
You have to train though. You can't just jump in.
No, this ain't for rookies.
If you won this season and you try to jump in next season, there's no way.
Yeah, no, I agree. This isn't like Usain Bolt coming in and racing against 23-year-olds right now.
Ben Johnson or something, yeah.
Whatever, yeah. It's too much right now.
No, Dave, I can work on this tomorrow. I'll put my people into this. It's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea because, it's something to keep, and, it doesn't have to be someone every fucking time.
Thursdays and Saturdays.
And who's up for the challenge? And that's the thing. Who's up for the challenge? And you know what? You can have 2 qualifiers in the same night. So you find your price point. $60 ticket gets you a seat on TimberTech.
You just dropped the price. It went from 80 to 60.
Well, sorry. Then so
They're running the business here, Dave.
Well, $80. And then you get 9 hot dogs and 9 beers, and you have to be on the third baseline
First.
Right. Or first, sorry, the first baseline. So everybody can see you, right? You have to be visible as you're doing this.
The TimberTech Terrace gets in the video board.
Yeah. And you get a waitress or a server that is dedicated to making sure you have exactly the beer. Like how we doing? Okay. I'll take a beer and a dog. But you got to serve them both at the same time.
The TimberTech Terrace, home of the 4th inning Cornhole Challenge, brought to you by Kiss FM. Yeah, whatever.
But get your beers, get your dogs, get fucking shit done, and have some fun.
Have some fun.
And that's what it's all about. Thursdays and Saturdays are perfect. Thursdays used to be the drinking day when I was back in
Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays, and supersized Saturday.
Yeah. Love it.
And you have the beer batter.
And you got a beer batter.
Fuck. I shouldn't say this because that's an official in WCBL. Whenever I knew who the beer batter was, because they announced it. Yeah, tonight's beer batter brought to you by whatever brewery it was.
You better be swinging, buddy.
I would tell the beer batter, you better come up swinging, man. He's like, why is it me again? I said, because your batting average sucks. I said, they pick a guy for a reason, right? They don't pick the guy hitting 420. Just fucking come up swinging. They laugh. Yeah, it's funny.
It's funny, and I love it as a fan. But I like it's just Jesus Christ, like really. Like
it's $2 off a beer, so you stand in line for $2. Like fuck off, whatever. But it's funny.
Well, that's why they stopped it at the beer batter because you have to wait in line so long at Spitz Stadium. I did it again.
Yeah, things are looking up anyways. 1420 Sports Bar. You got any music thing tonight?
Well, I am just kind of looking right now. What do you feel like tonight? Do you want old school? Do you want?
Let's take a pause. I want to go up and have a pee, have a beer, or grab a beer, and then we'll come back. You can do the music thing tonight. We'll call her a night. But anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar podcast, where we were sports talking a whole lot more. This segment was brought to you by Righteous Felon Jerky and RighteousFelon.com. Go to RighteousFelon.com and save yourself 15% on the best in craft jerky in the land by using promo code BELLYUP at checkout for the best Righteous Felon Jerky.
It's delicious. I didn't love every flavor, but I loved the texture of every single piece I did. They have it down pat. Find your flavor, and then you're never going to want a different jerky. Trust me.
Never change it. It's not Big Chief.
It ain't no Big Chief.
Are you thinking of going to a game or a concert in the coming days ahead, or do you already have tickets and want to upgrade where you're sitting? It's simple. Go to SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app. They have tickets for all sports going on right now, as well as concert tickets to shows throughout North America. And to make things even better, use promo code 1420POD, that's 1420POD, and receive $20 off your first purchase. Once again, that's promo code 1420POD at SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app.
The 1420 Sports Bar podcast, for beer sports talking a whole lot more. Dave's Music Segment of the Week brought to you by SeatGeek.com and the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420POD at SeatGeek.com. Then you save yourself $20 on your first purchase. Dave, in the 398 times we've done this, this might have been the least sports talk that we've ever done.
We filled a lot of time reminiscing today. Yes,
it was fun. Sure. Like we didn't mean to go this way. We had some other things we wanted to talk about. This was fun though.
Yeah, we dragged it in, and you know what? Now we got something to talk about on Thursday that we were planning on talking about today because we were so busy reminiscing. And, and that kind of brings me into the music segment. Like, I don't know who picked the tunes when old Steve Areno was driving you guys to baseball tournaments or camping or stuff like that. But my dad, he controlled the music with the old cassette tape in the Econoline Ford van with the swivel seats, the captain chairs. We had bench. Oh yeah, we had. It was set up for with the exactly what I'm talking about. The bench seat in the back that turned into a bed, and then the two captain chairs and stuff. So like that was our wagon that we.
And then there was always in that old van there was a in the middle there was a place for a table.
Tables, yes.
Right, with cup holders.
Yeah.
It was always brown carpet. That van was, and nobody.
Ours was maroon and gray. Yeah.
So you always had that fucking table in the middle that you took out because all the bags had to go in, and there was never really enough seating to make the van appropriate. It was more for cruising for parents to go have a good time. It was never for kids.
Well, yeah, it got you up there, right? So my family, mom, dad, and 3 kids. So like there was 3, and there was room for everybody, but like we would just have our Coleco football or whatever the fuck we were playing back in the day. So, and Big Bill, he controlled the music, and there was he was a country fan. But there was also some pop music that came on. So I'm going to give you some old schoolers.
Steve was a Charlie Pride guy.
Oh, Charlie Pride. Well, here, how does this sound? What do you want to bring us out tonight? Some Conway Twitty. Hello, darling. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Glad to see you. It's been a long time. Conway Twitty.
Or Tanya Tucker. Delta Dawn. What's that dress
you got
on? To the praises in the sky.
Tanya Tucker. Conway Twitty. Or who was the other guy?
It was just the two. Conway Twitty. Oh, Charlie Pride is what you said. I don't know any Charlie Pride. My dad didn't play that a lot.
Conway Twitty. Or Tanya Tucker. I think Tanya Tucker, like I'm not a connoisseur of either. I remember.
Oh, neither me.
When I was a kid, though, I remember that like a lot, like the 8 tracks. Jeez, we're having a trip down memory lane tonight. But the 8 tracks, and Steve was a big country guy, right? But he never played a bunch of stuff. Like when he was getting down, it'd be in the garage. He'd have the 8 track going. And he'd be playing stuff that he wanted to hear. But if it was up to me, I think I would have went with Conway Twitty, just because he had a few upbeat songs that were going. And I think I like saying Conway Twitty is what the biggest thing was.
Conway Twitty's a hell of a stage name.
Because like I like when you went down to the States to play baseball, and this isn't a hack on our American friends at all. There was always a kid in whatever town we went to, down in Montana or into Idaho, that had a name like Conway Twitty. You're like, well, that's weird. I'm Brent and you're Dave, and there was a Mike, but you went down to Montana. There was always a Conway Twitty in every town. And so, you know what I mean? It was always funny. Like I just laughed about it.
A sage or it's just like
Bubba.
names. They were,
all right. Bubba the white guy, Bubba the black guy, but like it's just like, all right, there's a Conway and so. But Conway Twitty, he had some more upbeat songs that really got the toe tapping. And it's not just that, Dave, and you could probably attest to this as well, is that your dad's buddies would get going a little bit, right?
Yeah.
With songs, have a few fucking Coors originals back in the 1980s, whatever it would have been, and
and they weren't toe topping, they were heel stomping. That's how the old boys. Yeah, that's how the old boys got into it. They wouldn't be sitting, they'd be standing, and then get that fucking chicken and pounding that heel.
With an export A in there, yeah.
Unfiltered. Green. For sure.
Yeah, Dad smoked Sportsman.
Oh, that's what my dad's dad smoked.
The Sportsman with a fly fisherman on the front of the fucking pack.
The yellow pack, yeah.
Oh yeah, Dad smoked those until I would have been 6 or 7 years old, and Mike was just born, and Steve got a bad pack. Like something just smelt rotten, eh? So because they probably didn't sell 8 packs a year in Western Canada. So Steve smoked it, smelled terrible, threw it out the window, threw the pack out the window, never smoked again. That was it.
I can't wait for that day to happen to me. I gotta quit.
Conway 20 playing on the fucking stereo, the 8-track and the
8-track, yeah,
in the 78 fucking Chevy, and there it was, yeah. Funny how that works out. Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. And Steven, nice to see you.
It's been a long time.
Conway Twitty. They got to bring more names back like that. Or do they? No, they don't.
Well, I don't know.
No, they don't.
Is Taylor Swift that different than Conway Twitty? As a name. Sorry, as a name. Just as a name.
Yeah, Conway's more original. There's Taylors everywhere. There's Taylor boys. There's Taylor girls. There's Taylors. They're naming kids Taylor now because of Taylor Swift.
You're correct. Like, I have never in my life met a Conway.
There's only one Conway.
There's only one Conway,
and that's his last Conway Twitty.
And his last name's Twitty.
Is that his real handle?
It can't be. It cannot be. I didn't do a wiki, but if you bear with me, I will do a.
I hope it is
Conway.
Because he had an afro, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he had a pretty tight,
or a very tight tuck, wasn't it?
Yeah,
afro,
yeah,
but
for sure he did. I hope there's some listeners that 1933. Better know what's going on. Harold Lloyd Jenkins is his birth name. His government is Harold Lloyd Jenkins.
Well, that breaks my heart a little bit. although we're not going to get into how he got the name Conway Twitty if he came up with himself, but Harold did himself pretty good. Harold Lloyd Jenkins did himself pretty good by coming up, whether it was him, his management group, his parents, whatever, but come up with the name of Conway Twitty. That is creative genius.
He was born in 1933, and we're talking about him in 2024. On his Wikipedia page, he's also known as the High Priest of Country Music.
There you go. Conway Twitty, the High Priest
of Country Music.
Huh.
Hello, darling. Yeah, that is interesting. It's I like going back to that stuff that my dad and mom used to listen to back on the road trips. Like, there'll be some Oak Ridge Boys coming up.
Kenny Rogers was huge.
Kenny Rogers was a big play.
The Gambler, Coward of the County.
You bet, Coward of the County. And a lot of Johnny Cash and Elvis in our house too.
Oh, Elvis, yeah.
Yeah. That's
the original. And actually, if you want to get down to brass tacks, Dave, the original and only actual ass kicker, Elvis Presley.
I won't say the only, but he was the original. But here's the thing. He did himself such a disservice by becoming a pill popper.
Well,
he was only in his 40s, man, and he wasn't even doing it for
it's not his
fun. Well, it wasn't his fault. It's you're right. But he didn't. No one had. It was the colonel's fault. Those like Elvis and Johnny Cash were so good, and the Oak Ridge Boys got a lot of play. Kenny Rogers got a lot of play. It was a simple time. I think the first one. I think there was some Linda Ronstadt there. I believe my father must have had
It's hard. No, that's Juice Newton.
That's Juice Newton. Yeah, playing with the Queen of Hearts.
I like the Queen of Hearts. That's a good song.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I like that one.
And then I think we busted out of the country into pop music with Olivia Newton-John. I think my father must have had a thing for Olivia Newton-John with Grease, and then Let's Get Physical and that kind of stuff.
Let's Get Physicals might be in the top 10 worst songs in the history of songs.
But it was a monster hit because
it's awful.
But she was so sexy, and this was in music videos.
She was better looking in Grease than she was in the video Physical.
Yeah, but like she can make a bop, so why wouldn't she do it?
Don't be.
What else? Well, like there was that soundtrack she did.
Xanadu.
Yes, You Got to Believe
Horrible.
Yeah, but good songs. You Got to Believe We're Magic. Xanadu was a good song. Yeah, I disagree. I got a little bit of a buzz listening to her sing because
you got a boner, didn't you, Dave? You got a boner.
She's a handsome woman. God, I had such a crush on Olivia Newton-John. She could have sang fucking Jesus Loves Me, and I would have got a boner back in the day.
Jesus loves me, yes, I know. Or the Bible tells me so. That's what I remember. Anyways, that's it. That's fun.
That's all.
So anybody who's looking for sports talk tonight didn't really get it. It was fun though. So whatever.
We got a shit over all of my ex team there, and then you got to listen to Brent and I talk about what it was like.
50-year-old kids in
1982. Yeah,
lives and everything else. That's fun.
I enjoyed it.
Like for all listeners, it's no secret. We don't do this for you. We do it for us.
Well, because we
hope you enjoy it. We hope you tune in, but we do it for us.
Well, because everybody always asks, "What's it like to peel back the curtain?" And this is the curtain. The curtain was peeled back tonight. Yeah, there you go. This is what these idiots talk about when they're not talking about sports.
On Thursday, it'll be more with sports.
We're gonna go.
Promise that, but we'll go from there.
Hard hitting, factual base, research. Stats, and we're gonna
draft previews.
We're gonna let you know exactly what's gonna happen. Well, we did let you know exactly what was gonna happen with the Oilers in December.
We did.
So there you go. Because when we fucking tell you we're right, we get to talk about whatever we want for the next 45 minutes.
How's the two shitheads doing?
The two shitheads
in Idaho.
Oh, shit. I forgot. I hope they're still sucking shit. I didn't. I'll reach out to Spence right now, and then we'll give you an answer on Thursday. I hope they're sucking shit, because that's all we can hope for.
One thing goes right, they're sucking shit. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beer sports talking a whole lot more. Take care of each other, but more importantly, take care of yourself in your round. Stick in the ice. What else, Dave?
No swinging at high pitches, darling.
Hello.
Hello.
Spence, suck shit. They gotta be done school by now.
Charlie sucks shit too.
Charlie, you suck shit more.
Yeah, suck shit, Cardinals. Suck shit.
The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beer sports fucking hold on.
Have a good night, everybody, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.
On your mind, you want a man with the soul hand.